56. More clouds on Wednesday and a high of 65. Could see a little bit of rain on Wednesday night. That's your forecast from Storm Team 12. I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn.
You got to listen to Jim Rome afternoons on KFH.
Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH Wichita, KNSS HD2 Clearwater, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Hey, Wichita. Stay right there for the latest breaking in sports talk. It's Sports Daily coming up next exclusively on 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
I'm Taylor Bisciotti with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Chiefs head coach Andy Reid said he will not attend the 2026 NFL Combine, but he did provide an update on quarterback Patrick Mahomes' recovery from a torn ACL. Reid says Mahomes is rehabbing at the facility 7 hours a day and is making progress every day. Reid also said that tight end Travis Kelce has not yet made a decision on his NFL future, but he has been in communication with the team. Reid added, quote, "As long as there's communication, I'm good. That means people want to move forward." Elsewhere, Brian Fleury was recently introduced as the Seahawks' new offensive coordinator. Fleury said his offense will look very similar to what Seattle ran this past season, adding that he plans to be fast, violent, and aggressive in every way. And the NFL Combine, presented by Microsoft Copilot, begins this week in Indianapolis, running Thursday through Sunday on NFL Network and streaming on NFL Plus. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8 year old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensate for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Has come around again. Monday. Can't trust that day. It always seems to be a Monday.
Happy Monday to you, everybody. Max giving us a little of the Monday vibe there on the intro to Sports Daily. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleveland here with you. Glad to be with you on this Monday as we react to the weekend that was.
Radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
You jumped the gun?
Sports Daily.
Yeah, we did.
You gotta let Max breathe. Let Max creative spirit breathe.
Listen, I was thrown. That was a new bumper intro on a Monday. Glad to have it, though. Glad to have everybody here on a Monday. Glad to be with you on Sports Daily for the next couple hours here. And it's going to be a fun one as we get a busy weekend to react to, some things to look forward to this week as well. Should be a fun show. You can get in touch with us. 869-1240 is the KFH hotline. You can leave your comments on our video streams, Facebook, YouTube, X. Thanks for being with us on 12 News Connected. Thanks for being with us on the Odyssey app. You can leave voice messages there. We will react to that college basketball weekend. We will react to what you heard some of in the NFL Open there right before the show. Andy Reid gave some comments late last week we haven't had a chance to talk about. TJ's been digging into some politics crossover as it pertains to college sports. A story ran last night I want to talk about a little bit today as well. It is Jacob Albrock and TJ Cleveland. It is Sports Daily, and it's all what's on tap, brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company, now featuring the seasonal release English Mild. Easy to drink at only 3.4 ABV. Full of flavor, though, to warm you up through the last winter here. English Mild available at all three WBC locations, East, West, Historic Delano, Wichita Brewing Company, pizza and beer made here. DJ, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. It's not a bad Monday in terms of Mondays. I actually don't mind Mondays the way that my schedule is, but was outside with the dog at like 6:40 a.m. and there was sunlight that I could see. That's a good sign. I like that. typically it's pitch black until like 7:30 through my windows in my house. I see the sun. It means that we're getting to a better time. I also have a cinnamon roll larger than my head in front of me from Fredonia, Kansas, the kitchen table, if anybody knows about that little spot. Caramel pecan cinnamon roll, about as big as my head. I might go into like diabetic shock midway through the show, but it's pretty darn good.
I hear
we got Jayhawks tonight.
We got Jayhawks tonight. It is a big Monday.
It's almost why they call it Big Monday.
I know. We'll get to that, and it as a part of a Big 12 race. Yeah, I'm Team Spring Forward, though. I will tell you, I don't care as much about the sunlight early in the day as I do at the
and that's funny.
At the end of the day.
It's funny that we say that. This is something I know our buddy Matt Heilman talks about as well. Well, not anymore. He left us on Nightside, but whenever we work our schedules with the TV, like, I get the most sunlight in the morning. Like, I'm not there whenever it turns dark because I'm at work. So but I'm with you. I always feel like the nighttime sunlight is better, but I don't see it.
It's better. It's better.
It just feels like baseball season, and we like it.
Yeah. I love those times when you've got sunlight at like 8:45 p.m.
The reason that it's so good is that for the normal people, you can get off work at 4:30, 5 o'clock, call the boys. Let's get 9 holes, Auburn Hills on the way home.
You still go play golf. Shout out to Crestview Country Club. One of my favorite things to do, great supporter of the program, is get off work at 7 o'clock and go, fire out 9
When you play golf as fast as Jacob plays golf, you can do that.
We're a ready golfer, baby. I can get 9 holes in. I could get 18 in, because the thing about it at that time of day is there's nobody out in front of you. So you can really go. I can play 18 holes in less than 2 hours if I'm by myself and I just grip it and rip it. Like, that's how I golf anyway. So it works out great.
People think that Jacob let's dig into this tangent. People listen to this and think that Jacob is being like, oh yeah, like he just doesn't like mess around. He gets up there and really addresses the situation. Like Jacob hits the ball within 10 seconds of putting a foot out of the cart. Like it's unreal how you're getting out of the cart to help him look for where he hits it, and like you're not even out of the cart yet, and the ball's in the air.
I don't know what the whole fuss is about. Like, what am I doing here? I'm here to hit the ball. I'm here to play golf.
It's just wild to me that your brain can, like, that's the thing for me is I'm with you, but like my brain needs a second to like go into golf mode before if I'm sitting around talking and having a conversation or whatever in the cart, like I have to stop and refocus myself. Like I can't just get out and swing a club. I'll hit into the trees.
I'm not a terribly patient person. So I have no need for the waiting. And I also why don't you take a practice swing? The only time that I'll really think about it is coming out of the sand, usually. And that's when you're apparently I've learned in the last year, so you're not even allowed to take a practice swing in the sand. So now I'm like, okay, that's the only time though. But because otherwise, like it's like if I was at a charity event this weekend and it was the you can play like the casino games, but not for money or whatever. Yeah. And I'm just on this craps table that's just absolutely on fire. And I'm like, man, I'm wasting this heater right now.
Yeah.
I'm wasting a heater. That's how I feel about golf. If I get up there and I practice swing, and that was the swing, and I just wasted it on a practice swing.
There's something to be said about it. I know that I dug deep into a rabbit hole when I was really obsessed a couple of summers ago, and it was like, you're not supposed to have a practice swing on your putt is the one, because it's like, what do you do? Like, what's that going to help you at all? You change your putting stroke? It's like, just go hit the ball. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. Jacob applies that to every swing.
Every swing. That's right.
Do you even look at yardage, or do you just get up and go?
No, I look at yardage. I figure my club, and then I go. And the only time I'll like swing it around a little bit is coming right off when I'm getting older, and so I need to stretch out a little bit. But that's it.
I want to play golf. I want to play golf so bad.
That's it. So thanks to Crestview Country Club. I will be out there. Was that twilight or sunset golfing?
Both.
I'll be doing that pretty soon. As soon as that sunlight gets out there, you'll see me firing through. Sometimes I'll grab one of the kids and they'll come buzz out there with me, but not until school's out because it keeps them up too late. But thanks to Crestview, thanks to Prairie Fire Coffee. While we're mentioning our great supporters here, need it this morning.
I need it tonight, man. 8 o'clock tip.
Oh yeah, you're gonna need it. We got Paul Savage in tomorrow as TJ makes his way home. That'll be fun. We'll have Paul in a couple times this week, actually. Scheduling note. So you'll get the hilarity that is Mr. Paul Savage, Sports Daily fans. But we'll get there. That is a big game tonight that we'll preview here on the show for sure. We will talk the weekend that was. We've got some questions coming in. We'll get to those. And we'll get to some of this Chiefs stuff. We'll probably hang on to that a little bit. It's evergreen what Andy Reid had to say and what they're doing. So maybe not today.
You do 5 different segments on what Andy Reid said. And there's like 7 different storylines.
That's what I'm saying. So we've got some time with that while we are on a game day. We got Paul Mills coming up today. So we'll get into some of that. We can, of course, answer questions if you have any on it. But otherwise, we'll talk quite a bit of college basketball today. And again, Paul Mills later in the show. So we'll hit Shockers. We'll hit the KU weekend ahead of that game. On the other side of this, KU fans, level of concern after a big loss like that to Cincinnati. I'm curious to hear what KU fans are thinking about it. It's a big spot tonight. I probably have it as a big spot for different reasons than most people have it. But it's a big spot no matter how you look at it.
Let me set this up because I imagine that's where we're going. Darren Peterson's high school coach, trainer, personal trainer, dad, other relationships, all sharing. Like it's like whenever times get tough, Darren stands up. So it's like everybody's like listening to everything, and it's like, all right,
that's good then.
If there's a time to do it, this is your game, Darren Peterson.
Well, it's good to see him doing that because the doomsday scenario is what people are accusing, and he's like, I've had enough. Like it doesn't sound like that's the case. So this is good news.
We might be building it up for a Darren Peterson pissed off game, and everybody's hoping for it.
And we'll have headlines that I missed as well, like the social media gatherings of Darren Peterson's immediate family. We'll come back. We'll talk about it next.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
This is Sports Daily on KFH.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. It is Sports Daily. Glad to be here with you on a Monday, on a big Monday for KU. We'll preview KU's game coming up in Lawrence tonight against Houston. Should be a good one. We'll get some fresh rankings before that game starts. So we'll have that probably not before the end of the show, but you know, as it looks now, it's probably not going to stay. Didn't they both lost? So I don't know. It'll be a top 10 matchup, maybe top 10. 2-8. You think Kansas will stay in the top 10 after that Cincinnati loss? Probably not. Kansas is a 2.5-point dog at home tonight. We know how that goes. We know how their record
2.5.
goes.
It's moving. I saw it 1.5.
Yeah, but if we get that Kansas money line, that's probably where I'm headed tonight with this. Just history tells you. And I love Houston, by the way. Houston's on the short list as of February 23rd of a team that I'll pick to win a national championship this year. But I'll probably be betting KU tonight.
What's their stud? What's their stud's name? Kingston Flemings?
The freshman. Well, they have 3 studs.
Well, yeah.
They've got Flemings and Sharp and Eugene still.
They
don't have the bigs they had the last couple of years. The depth down there.
I don't have J1, but they've got the Tug.
But they're
guy,
good.
Like the only guy on the roster that was still played against the Shockers back in the American days.
It's a little different. You know, last year it was just Sharp and Uzan just firing threes and getting every rebound.
Roberts and Tugler just got 40 offensive rebounds a game.
But this year they had Flemings the offense. They lose a little of that defense and rebounding, but I really like them. I don't know. I really like Duke. As far as a national championship contender.
I'm just excited. I'm excited that I just get to listen to Kelvin Sampson talk again. Because the last time that Kelvin Sampson talked, he bit my head off for asking too many questions about the Shockers.
You should ask him what he thinks of the Shockers tonight.
If they lose, you want me to say that? Coach, I'm sorry. It's a tough loss. Shockers have won 7 of their last 9. What do you think about that?
Do you remember when you came to Wichita? That'd be hilarious, actually. Okay, let's answer a couple of questions before we dig in on KU. Jay asks us, what is it about this year's Wichita State basketball team? This is via YouTube that you like more compared to the last couple of seasons during this point of the season? I like that question. To me, they have they're deeper, I think I would say.
I think it's just the offensive threat that they haven't had.
Yeah. But
I mean, even the final year of IB, they didn't really have it.
Colby Rogers was a pretty big time scorer.
He was.
Ricky Council never quite took over. But even if you're looking at the Paul Mills only Shockers, I guess I would say like the pieces just kind of fit and like they do a little of everything. I wish they were a little more balanced offensively, but they've shown us a few times they can be. I think TJ Williams' emergence will help that.
I think that's the best
reemergence, maybe we'll call it.
Yeah,
I can't wait to have Paul Mills tell us the story that he told in post game about TJ Williams. But
yeah, I think that's the best way to put it. Is that it's just the best puzzle piece fit that they've had. Like, it makes sense of and like if you like I was talking about last week, if you really want to dig into the numbers, like they shoot so many unassisted shots with Kenyon Giles specifically because they're so good at offensive rebounding.
Right.
And then like outside of that, they've got guys like TJ Williams and Batee who are just athletes that can get to the rim and do this. So it's like they have all the levels and all the boxes kind of checked. And that's why they're able to win games in different ways is what I think.
Yeah, I do too. I think, yes, it fits the style that they've been playing. We just talked about it with Houston. You can fire it up and just plan on winning the rebounding battle.
That's what
and
Houston did really well. Houston did it at an elite level.
But they have, look, with Williams and Batee, I wouldn't say they have like elite level shot making ability like on a drive, but it's really good. And it's as good as what you see in the American, and it's getting better for TJ Williams. It's getting back to what we saw at the very beginning of the year, that confidence. And so, like all of that combined, but it's the rebounding. I mean, this team's superpower is its rebounding. You're looking at one of the best rebounding teams in the country.
Yep.
If you take
and
that
that's the thing
with the Giles heater, they are hard to beat. That's
what my
team to beat.
My biggest thing for the people that, obviously Emmanuel Okorafor played great. We'll talk about that coming up later. But the fact of like, if you can't stand the Will Berg experience of holding your breath every time that he's got it down low, then you're giving up a lot of offensive rebounds because that dude is so good at offensive rebounding.
Yeah, he's great. Really and he's going to develop. You got to remember, he didn't really play at Purdue. Like it's hard to rewire your brain to like, not put the ball on the floor as soon as you get a rebound, which is what he does. That drives everybody crazy.
He's
like, stop dribbling. You don't need to dribble. Like, what are you doing?
Will Berg is the perfect example of like Moneyball basketball. You know what I mean? Like it's like what was the first baseman's name? Hatterberg? Or it's like he does this, but man, he gets on base, and it's like Will Berg does this, and he'll dribble the ball and get it stripped 5 times a game. But man, he's going to get you 12 or 13 rebounds.
Yeah, he won't dunk it, even though he doesn't have to jump to do it. But man, he'll get every rebound. Yeah, that's about right. But he and Okorafor. Or again, like it's all the pieces fitting together. To have them both, individually, it'd be tough because they'd probably get in foul trouble. But when you've got them both and you can spell them like that, and like the thing I love about Berg is teams go at him and he just hangs in there. Like it's like everybody's strategy is the same. Oh, that big tall dude, you got to wear him out. Go in there and start banging him around a little bit. And he's right there. He doesn't back off of anything. And he and Okorafor, I think Okorafor is to me, quite a bit better defensively as a player. Like he's a better defensive threat than Berg is. But Berg's rebounding is impossible to ignore. And he's a developing offensive player too. Like he's starting to develop some offensive skills if he'd stop putting the ball on the ground and the team will just take it from him. That's a sidebar. What do we like about him? The pieces fit. They're deeper for sure than they have been. And they are... that intangible stuff, they enjoy being around each other. I mean, there's no question about it. Like this is a group that has gelled and meshed, and the coaching staff deserves a ton of credit for that. And it's working. And they are starting to become a comeback team, which is kind of cool to see. That game against East Carolina was absurd, but you got to have those if you're going to win a league that's as even as the American is this year. So good question, Jay. You can leave us your questions on the video streams, Facebook, YouTube, and X. All right, let's get people ready for Big Monday tonight. This game, look, on paper, it's a game that mean, does it favor Houston?
This is what's so crazy about this game is that I'm going into it, and it's basically the biggest question that I have is just what KU is going to show up after you lose to Cincinnati. Can you bring out the dogs that beat Arizona? Can you bring out the guys that beat BYU, like Arizona State, or excuse me, Iowa State? Like, and to me, that's what my brain goes to, which is insane to think about because they're playing the number 2 team in the country as it currently stands. Like, it's not that, but I think that it is. Like, I think that there is something to be said about what KU team shows up, even though Houston is going to dictate things that they want to dictate as well. Am I crazy?
No. KU's a total wild card to me.
Like that's the biggest question. I don't think it matters who they play. I think is my point.
I don't either. I think it matters. I think it matters more than anything. How do they play defense? Does that make sense? Like that's absolutely 100% where it starts for me is how are they going to play defense on that day? And then you can go from there. And then after you go from there, it's, what are you getting out of Darren Peterson and all of those kinds of things. Like, but in reality, I just, Peterson gives them the best chance to win offensively, but their best chance to win in general is how, is how they play defense. Are they going to defend the 3 well in that game? I don't think they're as bad a 3-point defense as they have been the last couple of years because I think they're far more athletic down low and they can switch 5 guys. But at times this year, it's bitten them in the butt a little bit. But if they're the best version of their defense, they're going to allow themselves to win any game. That's what playing good defense does. I do think they have to figure out how do you make Melvin Council and Darren Peterson the highest level of threats that they can be, and we've seen them be this year at the same time. And I don't know if it's possible because of the positions they play, but it would be nice to see both of them as big-time scoring threats. We know the easy offense will come through the 2 bigs. That part, I'm not like that's something they're always going to do. Like that's not something I think they need to do. That's who they are. That's what they'll do. It's how locked in for a full game can they be on defense, and how much of a threat is Darren Peterson / Melvin Council on offense. We know they both can be. I want to see them both be that kind of a threat.
Maybe it just needs to turn into, and like we've joked about, like the way that you handle Peterson, and it's insane to think about. But like if you're going into March and you haven't figured it out yet, like Bill Self has comments about how concerning it is at this point of the year to still be dealing with things that they're dealing with. If on Cincinnati, Peterson didn't play well, and I think that's all that boiled down to. He wasn't hurt; he didn't play well, and that's kind of what all the messaging sounded like about that. Maybe it needs to be something to where Peterson, it's insane, and I know how stupid I sound here, but like maybe he needs to play like Grady Dick did his freshman year. Maybe it needs to be Jalen Wilson runs the show, and Grady is like right there waiting in the wings, basically.
Well, because they need Peterson to be a shooter more than probably anything, right? Like all his ability and all those things. The thing the team lacks is his ability to shoot. I'm just looking at some team stats here. So Houston right now, this is interesting. They average the 4th most, basically the same as Iowa State, a little more than BYU, 3-point field goals made, but percentage wise, they're 14th in the league. They're going to take a ton of them. If they hit them, you're in big trouble, right? Where do you think Kansas, and I'm glad to see this because it's felt this way. Where do you think Kansas fits right now in opponent 3-point field goal percentage?
Opponent 3-point field goal percentage?
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Like
they probably shoot the lights out against
3-point defense in the league.
I'd say that they shoot the lights out. Other teams do against Kansas. So I'd say that
they're the best team in the Big 12 opposing the 3.
Really?
By percentage.
I feel like
now
that's completely different than years past.
Isn't that crazy? So
typically
to say they're,
everybody makes 23s against KU.
They're better than, right? They're better than they were. But listen to this. The attempts that for the other teams are very high, very high. They have allowed the third most threes to be made. The attempts, though,
so they are giving up a lot of threes. They're giving up a lot of threes. I'm not crazy in that regard. They just take a ton of them.
But they're like by percentage, they're defending them better than everybody. But it's like when you look at that, like it's so clear what teams try to do to them. They try to beat them that way. Like it's not even close. KU versus the next team. Oklahoma State's played 2 fewer games, but they're the next closest. So let's go to Iowa State, who's played the same number of games. Same number of games. Teams have tried 100 more threes on Kansas than they have Iowa State. 100.
That's wild.
Over 30 games.
Is that just
3.5 more per game?
Is that a Flory Badunga effect?
Probably. I think it's these coaches and seeing the same thing in film effect. Probably. I mean, that gets to a level that I'm not sure I'm going to be able to answer or even.
I think that is. I'd say that looking at the way that you win in Allen Fieldhouse is you have to make a lot of threes. And that's kind of how it always happened. Like, look at Cincinnati. They just made a lot of threes and they won Allen Fieldhouse.
Yeah. Well, look at how Cincinnati attacked, right? The only game I can, like Arizona, I don't think tried to do that. Houston will, though. Houston's going to take a bunch of threes tonight. And if they hit a bunch of them, KU's in trouble. That's where you get into, like, when you talk about Peterson, it's like KU's defense is good. Their level of defense is good. There have been a couple of games where they haven't defended the three very well, at least to our eye. But as a whole, and it's an entire body of work. It's been better than it has been the last 2 years. But it's still how teams are attacking them. When those happen, inevitably, when teams play you that way, this is what happened with Cincinnati. Sometimes they're going to hit a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
How does KU then match that offensively? That's where I worry about.
That's why they lost to Cincinnati. Is they made 4? I think is what the number ended up being. Like you can't.
And it's 12-4. Like you're not going to win a lot of games when that's the margin of 3-pointers.
You're not going to win a lot of games. Period. When you only make 4 threes. Like it doesn't matter what the other team does.
Well, they don't. I mean, KU doesn't. I mean, let's go back and look at.
They don't chuck them up, but I mean, you know what I mean. Like. If there's no outside threat if you're only making 4 threes a game.
Of the good teams, and Arizona only takes about 6 a game. Only makes about 6 a game. So they've shot a pretty significant amount fewer than KU. But KU's down. It's KU and Arizona at the bottom of 3-pointers attempted this year. When you're looking at the teams that are actually good, it's just not been a thing that they do because who do they have that's going to do it? And there's Trey White's a good 3-point shooter, but he's been kind of all over the place. Melvin Council has been at times, but he's not firing him up I mean, it's Darren Peterson. Darren Peterson's a guy I'd like to see take 6 or 7 threes every single game at minimum because he got a good chance to make 3 or 4 of them.
I agree. Like, to me, we make this comparison all the time. It's pretty funny. But KU, Wichita State. Would you rather see Darren Peterson play like Kenyon Giles?
No.
That's too much.
No, that's too much.
I agree.
Because they're too good in other places.
Exactly.
If that would, no way. Because
and that's not a diss to Kenyon Giles. That's just what the Shockers do on offense. No, that's not a diss to
Kenyon Giles. That's a tip of the cap to
the rest of KU.
And Tiller.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
That's what it is. Like those are two of the best those are two most offensively gifted bigs in the country. You couldn't do it the same way. That's all that is. I mean, I'm sure Peterson will probably play that way in the NBA, but and there could be games. Look, there could be games where he could do that. There could like the BYU first half. If he's cooking like that, then have at it, man. Go for it, and then let those guys know, hey, offensive boards is now your priority. Like, we're not. But look at the first half against Cincinnati. How many lobs? 5. There are 5 lobs in the first.
It feels like it works. Game. And that's what, like, we've talked about how good it is for Flory to play for Bill Self. Like, whenever you see those wide open lobs and you wonder how he gets so wide open, like, click the rewind 15-second button and watch all the screens that are going on behind the scene. Like, they're so good at that thing. I want to ask this in the minute we have left here. My brain, as a radio TV guy, goes to, what if they lose? What's the conversation then become?
Houston's good.
You don't think KU people are going to freak out about losing back-to-back in late February?
Oh, sure. KU people freak out anytime, but I'm trust.
Is it a warranted freak out?
I said this last night on Sports Sunday. All I care about is that KU has equipped itself to win NCAA tournament games. That's it. I do not really care what happens the rest of the way.
I don't think that they'll freak out in terms of a standings race. I think they'll freak out in terms of March Madness is in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and we just lost back-to-back games.
Yeah, they just went 9-1 with 5 top 15 wins.
I agree.
The Big 12 is freaking good. And KU is not some dominant force that's going to win every game it plays. I mean, that's just
there's still a ramp. There's still an on-ramp to get to March Madness, folks.
They're a home underdog tonight. Like, what are we doing here? We'll have that conversation in the second hour for sure. We got Paul Mills coming up next. Stick around.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
83101 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on the Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Daily on KFH.
All right, welcome back in, everybody, here to Sports Daily on a Monday. Glad to have you with us. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleland here. Wichita State head men's basketball coach Paul Mills joins the show now as the Shockers stay hot. Coach, right there in the thick of things down the home stretch, and I think it's safe to say Shocker Nation is taking notice. Another really nice big crowd against Temple this weekend. The buzz is there. People are having fun now as you guys are making the march toward March in good shape.
Yeah, it's that time of year, where a lot of eyes get turned to college basketball, and a lot of people have been hibernating, and they just pull up the record and say, hey, I wonder if these guys are any good. So definitely appreciate the support. I'm glad we are in contention for a triple bye and, had 2 road games this week. So it doesn't get any easier for us. But just, again, I think that when you're always in a conference race, you kind of go to the last 2 weeks and you ask yourself, are we there? And the answer to that question is yes. And we'll see how it plays out. What my daughter told me yesterday said, we've clinched a spot in Birmingham, according to Instagram, and not being on social media. I was like, man, it's good to know I hadn't run the numbers. So at least I know that we're in the conference tournament.
News to all of us.
There you go. How about that? Breaking news on a Monday morning here. Coach, I'll ask you about this because this is what a lot of people were talking about after the game. The Mike Kennedy night was obviously awesome, the things that they did for him. I'll ask you about that. I know that you're just kind of a small part of Shocker history in all the years that it goes back. He's a part of a lot of Shocker history. To see your players go over and shake hands with Mike Kennedy after the game, just how cool is that to see as a basketball fan, seeing it, knowing everything he's seen?
I think what the outpouring of support for Mike shows and demonstrates is that Wichita is a community that really, really supports its people, and it rallies around them. And you have somebody with a history of 46 years, and I get that we are the 50th largest city in America, but it really is a family atmosphere, tight-knit community. And the fact that Mike gets a banner hung in his honor is indicative of just the level of just the value that he's added. But you can tell how he's impacted a lot of people. And I've listened to, Wichita State being named national champions in baseball and that being called by Mike. Listened to a number of occasions that are monumental events that have occurred in Shocker sports that he has been a part of. And I just thought it was an indicator about how tight of a community and how important basketball is to the city of Wichita.
Coach, I want to, talking about that last thing you just said, how important it is to the city of Wichita. We we are, we want this as much as anybody that lives in Wichita wants this. Everybody rallies around it, no matter kind of who they're a fan of. At least that's what I've observed in the little more than a decade that I've been here. Do your players feel that? When you're seeing these big crowds, what is it? Quantify it for the current players, but then quantify it for your ability to get out on the road and bring players in. Like, you guys use this kind of thing. I have to imagine you do when you're recruiting against your peers in the American against players or whatever. Most of them can't boast this.
Yeah, true. And I think if you go back and look since 2012, Wichita State sits amongst the top 5 schools in the country at winning on the road. And what I attribute it to is you're so used to playing in front of a big home fan base. And, and then you go on the road and you don't see that. And it's actually like, man, so other people don't experience what we have. This is easier. This isn't the same kind of environment and climate that we're kind of used to being in Koch Arena. So what we going back to your earlier point about having people here, there are some visitors that are coming around here that we need to do a good job of impressing. And you're always pulling recruits in the building to make sure that they can see it. And I'm just happy that it's not easy to reinvigorate a fan base. And I kind of knew that. I didn't really understand the climb that was involved. And if you've heard me speak at all, you've heard me say that elevators do not get to the penthouse immediately. There are levels to it. And I just knew that we needed to continue to climb and get to levels in order to get to where we were striving to be. But it plays such a huge part, and the fans are there's such an impact on the history of Shocker basketball. And I think that any time that you win, you're happy for your players, you're happy for your staff, but you're honestly happy for your fans as well.
Paul Mills is never short on metaphors, pulling one out of his back pocket there with the elevators there. He's got about 1,000 of them. Talk about the X's and O's.
I've said that one a bunch.
I haven't heard that one. Talking about the X's and O's, one name that kind of stood out this week, TJ Williams. We've talked a lot about he kind of got unlocked during the non-conference and then kind of just, not went away, but wasn't as prominent. Now, what was it, 40-plus points in 2 games. What kind of worked for him this week?
Yeah, I mean, we would not have won. I don't know that we would have won either of those games without him. The other night, he was a plus 17. When he was on the floor. And so, why didn't we have him out there 40 minutes and try to win by more than the 12 that we did? And his impact at East Carolina, and, that was just kind of how the game unfolded, and it allowed him to showcase some ability, specifically decision-making and finishing ability in that game. But I just thought he was aggressive. He does. I mean, there's a play in the second half where he gets a rebound and he pushes the ball, gets it all the way near the rim, and he turns around and kicks it back to Kenyon Giles for a 3. And it's not just that he's creating stuff for himself. It's that he's creating stuff for others. Like, his value is being able to add and elevate a team. I just think he's further along defensively than he was at the beginning of the year. And then his rebound ability to high point a basketball and then be a breakout guy. Like, it really helps when your non-bigs rebound the ball, because then they can push the ball up the floor. So you eliminate one extra play via pass in order to try to get down court. And so he's got that ability to rebound and then break out. And then you add the decision-making in his defense. It was a heck of a week, and he's playing well at the right time.
Yeah, only 3 turnovers in those 2 games, too. I want to ask you about another guy, Coach, Manuel Okorafor, who I thought this weekend was outstanding, but he and Berg have been such an interesting combination. How do you guys determine which one of those guys? Because there are times where it looks like Berg's going to get every rebound that there is. There are times that Okorafor looks like just good luck trying to get inside and do anything because he's going to block your shot. Like, how do you guys balance those 2 out? Are you feeling it out? Is it a film thing?
No, It's a little of both. Like, I mean, we have the numbers to know, like, hey, when this particular group is on the court, we're a plus whatever. But what I think is most important is that they're fresh. If both of them can be fresh, so you'll see one of them start to wear down 4 or 5 minutes in, or it could be foul trouble. We just don't really know the scenario, and then we can put another guy in and like, hey, you get your rest, and then there's not much of a drop off. What our issue is sometimes is who we kind of combine them with. They play well with certain guys when certain guys are on the floor, but we're just trying to keep them fresh. We don't need them. We kind of notice when the tongue's sticking out a little bit longer, and you're not Michael Jordan. It's not a natural instinct. You look like you're a panting dog, and so then we just all right. We need to put the other guy in. So. We need to stay out of foul trouble. And I'm just telling you, we can go to a third guy, Noah Hill, if the scenario comes up, and the energy will actually get even more elevated just because he's such a puppy and he's just running around there and has the zoomies. If anybody knows anything about dogs, he goes in there and he's a mile a minute.
Yeah, we got a puppy next to the seat here. We talk about that on the show quite a bit. That's a good way to describe Noah Hill. Our buddy Owen from the Sunflower pointed out the Shockers this year have played in the most overtime games in 2 decades almost, and they have the best record of any Shocker team ever in overtime games. And Wednesday night took all of what ended up being 50 minutes of basketball. Just talk about that game in East Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, we got down early, 13-6, and their zone morphs, and what they did at our place, they didn't do there. And we knew that there would be a real counterpunch from those guys. And so we were trying to play out of it and just couldn't get much in the way of perimeter shots to fall. So we needed the offensive rebound. We were able to get there, but then we just really, really struggled to defend Jordan Riley. And I mean, we threw everything but the kitchen sink at him. And we were just doing so many things, trying to stifle him. I know he ends up shooting 37 shots and finishes with 40 points. But 16 of 37, to be honest, with a guy of that caliber, we weren't awful, to be able to hold a guy of that caliber and not let him get to the rim. And then there's some other factors that you have to fight through. Like, all the calls aren't going to go your way. You're going to have to fight through that. You're going to have to fight through some fatigue issues. I think Kenyon and Karan both played north of 46 minutes during that game. And you're also going to have some other people step up. And I think if you look at all of those boxes, we got to do a good job on Jordan Riley. We've got to limit. You got to fight through factors, control the controllables, things that we don't know, and then have somebody assert themselves. All 3 of those boxes get checked, and we were fortunate to come out with a win.
It's a long break, Coach, until Memphis. They're struggling right now. They've lost 4 in a row, but it does feel like the kind of game for them in primetime on national television. You talk about road environments. That's going to be one that's I would imagine as intense as any that you guys have played this year. It's a kind of turned into a nice little rivalry with Wichita State and Memphis.
I think we're the only team in our conference to have won each of the last 3 years. And so I just know that, anytime that Memphis has been dominant, they were last year. I know the first year they really asserted themselves and just gave us a real butt kicking at our place. And it was just like, man, we've got to find a way. And so we've been able to be on the right side of the margin each of the last 3 years, but we've never been able to eclipse those guys at home. And I think what happens, especially late February, early March, and we saw this in the East Carolina game, is you face teams that are really desperate. They're trying to do everything in their power to win. In East Carolina's case, it's to make the conference tournament. And I think in Memphis' case, it's trying to get, multiple buys for the conference tournament. So I just think these games are always tough, and they have really talented guys. They've been hit with an injury bug, and have a player in Sincere Parker who did not play when we played them here. and he went for 40. I think the next time he was able to play at UAB. So he's available, and it makes it a tough matchup. And we'll do everything in our power to come away with a victory on Thursday night.
Paul Mills, Wichita State Edmonds basketball coach. We appreciate the visit. Safe travels out to Memphis. We'll see you guys on the air here Thursday night.
Thanks, guys.
There goes Paul Mills, Wichita State's coach. They're on fire. They're heating up. They're right in the thick of things, right where they want to be. We'll talk more about their weekend and look ahead as we come back on Sports Daily. Don't go away.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
8310 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Trust that day. It always seems to be a Monday. Coming out of my life, I just gotta run away. Tell me why I don't like Mondays. I wanna shoot. The whole day down.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH. This is Sports Daily.
That's right. They have not made a song that references Monday since 1982, I don't think. Max bringing the classics, the Monday classics to the beginning of your work week. Glad to have you here with us on Sports Daily. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleveland, for another hour here. Appreciate everybody being here. 869-1240 is the number to call. You can leave us video comments, Facebook, YouTube, X. Thanks for being with us on 12 News Connected as well, as we've got a lot to react to today. It's all what's on tap. Brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company, now featuring chili for a limited time. Hearty beef, no bean chili, perfect for lunch, and now available at all three WBC locations, East, West, and Historic Delano. Wichita Brewing Company, pizza and beer made here. So we are making our way through. Our thanks to Paul Mills for hopping on the show. If you missed anything with Shocker head coach, you can go back and listen on the Odyssey app, where you can also leave us a voice message if you'd like. But appreciate that. Shocker basketball, it is buzzing again, and I love it. I love it. This is what we've been asking for. It is cyclical. Coming up later in this hour, TJ is going to tell us about the efforts to maybe enhance that even further in Topeka, not just for Wichita State, but all our schools. Nice story from TJ last night on 12 News regarding that. We'll dig into it a bit here. But before we do anything else, TJ, it was the weekend. We've got headlines I missed. Weekend edition.
All right, Sports Daily fans, let's take you to the sports headlines Jacob probably didn't see.
All righty, let's start it off with a bang. This happened yesterday afternoon. I imagine you might have seen this one, Jacob, but I'm going to say it anyways. Brandon Bonta. Do you know the name? You're about to. If I'm wrong about this, I'm sorry. I believe he's a Wichita native. Went to Wichita. Yeah, graduate of Wichita Northwest. Went to Wichita State. Made his professional bowling debut yesterday and bowled a perfect game.
Yes. Won whatever the event was, I assume.
Right off the bat, 300 game.
Heck yeah.
That's sweet.
Let's go. Shocker bowling is a hidden gem, man. I love it.
It doesn't make any sense why Wichita State is a powerhouse in bowling.
Why not?
Dude, Newman is a pretty BA at bowling too. It's like
Texas A&M, where I went to school, was a great bowling program.
Yeah, Newman was always ranked in bowling. That was always the joke when you're at Newman. Is what kind of school are we? Like, oh, we're a bowling school. You know what we are. That's right. Newman is a bowling school. That is headline number one. Number two, this one happened late last night. Not as notable, but it's pretty cool. I imagine that you'll enjoy this. Drake football hires their new head coach. Division III champion Matt Walker is jumping up from Division III to FCS football.
That's a good jump. I had a cousin played for Drake. I think he's graduated now, but a cousin back home played Drake football. Yeah, I like that jump. I like any jump of a coach that's a winner. Coaches that are winners can win, man.
We're small school advocates.
Winners win. I have been. It's why I always have a hard time, Brian Kelly, as much as he makes it easy to kind of root against a little bit. I like his D2 roots. I like these guys that put in a time that way and go win a bunch of games and get hired and promoted because they win a bunch of games and they keep doing it. I love it.
Yep. This one ties back to our earlier conversation about KU. Everything always ties back to this conversation nowadays. AJ DeBonsa, after beating Iowa State on Saturday, did you see his soundbite?
I did not.
He said, if they need me to play 40 minutes, I'm going to play 40 minutes. And it is getting some run.
That's a dig.
A week after Darius Acuff scored 50 on a walking boot.
That's a dig. It's a dig. Look, and honestly, you're trying to be the number one pick. That's it's a dig, but is it a well-placed dig? Probably.
It's called politics, people. It's a little politicking.
Peterson, I just like all these people. You said all his people are chiming in now, and this is going the right way. Okay, this is good. Like the fear, just like that tiny little fear. It kind of came in at the end of the week where it's like, at some point, I wonder if he's just gonna be like, you know what, I'm not doing this. I'll just go to the NBA. But now that we're starting to see, he played the full game against Cincinnati. We're seeing some people chime in. I'm still not convinced he's 100% healthy. He does look like he's got another gear he's not able to get to right now, but just play. I hope maybe this is all the thing that does it. I hope so. It'd be awesome. What a story it's going to be when that documentary comes out, especially if he ends it in a special way.
I agree. This one, I might print this one out and like hang it on a poster or something like that. Pat Riley got his statue in LA yesterday. Did you see all this?
No.
I believe it was LA. Yeah, that makes sense. He said in a press conference, I don't know what got him on this tangent, but this quote is everywhere. And he said, I wish NBA coaches still wore suits and ties. I think when fans look over at the sidelines, they want to see someone that looks like a leader.
Okay.
Hats
Why
off.
do leaders have to be in a suit and a tie?
Because they look cool.
To do it.
They look cool. I am with them 100%. I've been saying it since the change happened. Like, just look back at old video of Bill Self in a suit. It's just so much better. Like, it just looks
who's
cool.
Responsible for all of this is Bill Belichick.
Probably.
You go be the best that you can be in a cutoff hoodie, and everyone's like, "Why are we doing this? Like, why don't we just do that?"
I agree, and
COVID. COVID was the other thing.
COVID was the one that really drove it home. But it's just like I've always been the fact of like, man, this is Division I basketball. Like, can we wear a tie? Like, we look like we're in an AAU gym right now. Why are we all wearing sweatsuits?
Yeah, and I don't like the sweatsuit either. I just, to me, like a nice school apparel with a nice pair of pants, like I'm fine with that. Like, that didn't bother me. Here's my problem with it.
Put your school logo on a lapel pin.
I gotta wear a suit every day, so I get it. Like, I don't want to wear a suit. No, I don't want to wear a suit.
I think me wearing a suit every day makes me want to that's my thought. I think that's my biggest irritant right now is that like tonight I'm probably gonna wear a suit to KU Houston because it's like the biggest game in the country, so I'm gonna wear a suit. And it's like, I'm going to be one of 5 people wearing a suit in the arena. The coaches aren't wearing suits. Why am I wearing a suit?
I get there. Like,
should I also just wear like a Nike quarter zip and a pair of jeans and do it that way? No, it's a big game. I'm going to wear a suit. That's what the coaches.
I love it. I wore a suit to cover the World Series. I get it. Like,
whenever I always tell people inside baseball here.
Come off the air. I got to get ties like coming off.
There's something to be said about ties. Ties aren't the best, but. Jackets. I need jackets and collared shirts. Give me something. And then it also adds the flair of whenever you get pissed off, you can rip off your jacket and throw it on the bench. That's just basketball. That's the way it's supposed to happen. Like, why are baseball coaches wearing baseball pants? Like, if everybody else is just going to wear.
Hang on a minute. What if
they don't need to wear suits?
Coaches wear uniforms like baseball managers?
You want Bill Self wearing shorts?
Yeah,
and tank top?
Baby, that would be great.
Yeah,
there's a great old picture when uniforms were outrageously baggy for like that 3-year stretch. It was the worst looking thing ever. Mm-hmm. And you had like the Olympic coaches in those shorts in a picture.
Yeah, popping those guys. That's pretty
yes. Fun. Let's bring that back. You have to wear basketball uniforms now.
Yeah. All right. One more for you. This is a hockey one for Max. Max is going to have no idea what I'm talking about, though. Jacob, this is teetering on your line, but I think you do. Can you, first of all, pop quiz, can you name me the guy that scored the golden goal?
Hughes.
Okay, good job. Jack Hughes. Didn't know if that had fled your mind yet already. Jack Hughes.
Watched every second of that game, by the way.
Here's some pop culture for you. Jack Hughes' girlfriend allegedly is Tate McRae. Do you know who Tate McRae is?
Singer, yeah.
Singer. You know why that's notable? Tate McRae's Canadian.
Oh my god, who is she going for?
I don't know.
How serious a relationship?
I don't know. Apparently, it's like an alleged. I don't know if it was like she was there, like watching him play, but there's the rumor swirling about
Philadelphia. She grew up an Eagles fan or whatever, and then Kelsey plays him in the Super Bowl.
This is the next level. What
do you do when it's country?
Do you wear a maple leaf into the arena?
What are you asking me?
If you were Tate McRae, and
man.
Let's say that you were dating one of the women's hockey players in that game.
Jeez, and she was.
Are you gonna piss off your wife or country?
Oh my god, that's a hard question. Oh man, we may have to open that one up to the listeners. I think I'd be an obnoxious American. How good looking is she?
Tate McRae?
No, in this hypothetical.
Oh, I mean, you picked her.
Is it worth the risk? Are we talking about girlfriend or wife?
I mean, we'll even say like a long-term girlfriend. Let's make it harder.
Long-term girlfriend?
Like you're buying a ring within the year. If you wear a USA jersey and you're obnoxious,
I'm probably wearing her jersey. Girlfriend, just regular girlfriend, absolutely not. Wife, you wear the jersey of your wife. Yeah. I think that's probably the way to go.
That's probably true.
Maybe get one of those cute split jerseys that moms wear,
like the Donna Kelsey, Donna Kelsey special.
Can I get one of those? Yeah. Maybe like USA on the front, but
I feel like that would
on the back.
I feel like the person that you'd ask to sew together a maple leaf and a USA jersey would be like, no, what?
Absolutely not. We will
not
not
doing
You'd
that.
have to take that to
You'd
Mexico.
You'd have to go third party. Go to Sweden and get it done.
God, that hockey was so flipping good. We'll talk about that before we're done here. We'll talk hockey. We'll talk about this lobbying being done in Topeka. We've got some fun stories the rest of the way. Patricia's in. Team.
Yes.
Coaches wear suits.
Put the suits on.
I'm not opposed to it. I think it looks better, but I get it. How about it for the NCAA tournament? It's a requirement.
Hey, Jerome Tang wore a suit that one time for Coaches versus Cancer. Guess what picture's on all the headlines? Him in a suit.
Yeah. We're coming right back. More Sports Daily. Don't go away.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
83-1001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospitalized from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Sports Daily is on KFH.
All right, welcome back in, everybody, here to Sports Daily. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleveland with you on this Monday. We have a couple of things we'll kind of finish up here with today. We'll get to the hockey last night, which I know everybody was watching. That was that moment, that thing that we all kind of lock in for. It's been a long time. First time in 46 years that Team USA hockey. When Mike Kennedy, the voice of the Shockers, just started with Wichita State.
I
win gold.
Just see the graphic ESPN made of Hughes that won it. As him holding the flag, his fist in the air, and they messed up tooth with blood everywhere. And it said, "Sometimes the chip isn't always on the shoulder."
That's right. That's good. That's good stuff. I saw a lot of good stuff coming out. I got, I saw the White House tweeted out an eagle holding down a Canada goose. I thought that was pretty funny. I saw, man, there's just all kinds of good stuff. That's when like the national pride thing should kick in for everybody, just for fun, for like a day. We love our neighbors to the north. It's great. They're a tremendous and fantastic country. But yesterday morning, we were all enemies for overtime and a game leading up to. We'll get into that in the next segment. I want to talk about the story you've been working on a little bit with Dylan Domang, our investigator for 12 News, that there is stuff happening to try to utilize some funds to help college athletics at the state level. We're at the very forefront of this, but you guys were able to dig in and get a little information. And I got to tell you, like as y'all's reporting unfolded and we were kind of having some conversations, there's a lot of it that does make a lot of sense.
It's true. It's, basically the best way to put it is that nothing is happening on this yet. It's all kind of preliminary. It's in the stages right now where it's the schools are kind of laying groundwork. They were in Topeka last month. All 3 athletic directors were, and Richard Linton was there. I know Doug Girard, the chancellor for KU, has spoken. They had Brett Yormark join via Zoom for this thing. They basically presented a presentation showing the economic impacts of the athletic programs of the 3 schools to the state, and basically said that they make $1.5 billion of indirect and direct income or revenue for the state of Kansas. And so the premise of it is like, this is how much we help you. Is there something that you guys can help us with so that we can stay competitive? Because the better we are, the better you guys are as well. So there's no bill. There's nothing happening about this yet. It's just kind of the early stages, as you said, the forefront of this. But as we dug further into this, the biggest question and the reason that we did the story is that, like, is something like this even possible? Because you see this and it's like, is this just schools just asking for money? Like, does this happen? And it's happened in multiple states where there's been things of, there's been states that have tried to, if not done, removing income tax on NIL money. As it could be something to where, like, if you use it as a recruiting tool of come here, you don't have to pay income tax on this thing. It can be something to where that's incentivized of why you would want to go to KU or K-State is because that money that you're getting paid from Raising Cane's, for example, isn't going to get taxed. That's one example. The more notable example is the state of North Carolina putting in place legislature that is already in place, that sports betting money that they legalized right about the same time that Kansas did, a percentage of that gets kicked to the state schools in that state. And that could be something as well to monitor. Is sports betting money, is that going to go into this? A notable thing that I'll say, Jacob, is that talking to Gene Taylor and Kevin Saul about this is that, they don't know what they want to ask for. And because we are so early in this, and they don't know what the state wants to do. And that's kind of where they're at right now. Like, this isn't something to where it's like, we need this. It was basically like, this is what we do. This is what other states do. And we'll just leave it at that. And we'll revisit later. Just think about this. It's kind of where it was at right now. Nobody knows what direction this is going to go. It could go 15 different ways, but there's things that are happening elsewhere. And that was the biggest question that we had.
There are a lot of ways. One of the, the sports betting thing is one that makes sense to me. So in North Carolina, apparently, there's a sports betting revenue earmarked to help the colleges. Now, there's a lot of nuance there. There's a ton of colleges in North Carolina. There's a lot of nuance there in how they did it. But at the surface level, if you think for the state of Kansas, for just real simple terms, you take a portion of sports betting and you give it back to the schools. The thing that makes it the most interesting to me is there has been this fund, right, to help attract other teams, professional teams, to come into the state. We've heard about that fund as we've courted the Chiefs and done all that, right? There's this fund that's been created. What do you need that fund for now? Right? The Chiefs are coming. I don't think Kansas quite wants the Royals anymore. So is there a way to take the fund that already exists and just redirect it to a thing that's in the same spirit? The colleges are the ADs, at least from what I'm inferring from the stories and you're also reporting, is that they're trying to make the case that we are economic drivers too. You should support us for the same reason that you supported the Chiefs coming over, because we are economic drivers too.
That was kind of the question of, NIL's been around for 4 years. Like, revenue share has happened for a year now almost. Like, why is right now the right time to start bringing this conversation up? And, there wasn't so much of saying that, like, there's money there and we want to go get it that was left on the table, but it was more so just like, hey, they're willing to pay up for the Chiefs and the Royals, like just raising eyebrows at the very least of just saying like, what is even possible? Like, we don't know. Like, it was kind of just like, let's start talking about it. And so it's, not quite Chiefs driven, but it's, Chiefs sparked the interest of it. And there's something to be said now about the fact that, there's not the Royals might not come, and they set aside money for this. It's not Sporting KC's already here. Like, who else are they going to attract to the state of Kansas? It was for the Royals and the Chiefs, and so there may be something there. But I imagine, based on kind of what we've heard, nothing's going to happen this legislative session. So I don't know if that money's going to get moved elsewhere. Is a big question to ask about that. But
they can, I mean, I don't know that anything would have to happen that immediate, but they can at least enter it into the conversation of, and they may already have a plan for that money too. I don't know the answer.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's so early in this. Like, this reporting of them talking to the State House it's not something to where it's like going to happen probably even in 2026. Like, it's something that's going to happen a year down the road, or maybe even 2 years. Like, they're so early in the stages of this. So the money that was set aside for the Royals might be used to build, infrastructure or whatever you want to say. Like,
if it's already earmarked, that's going to make it tricky. If they don't have a plan though for it, then it's probably worth a discussion for them. You don't want to get behind on it. You don't want to be reactive on something like this. You definitely want to be proactive. So we'll see. I mean, again, we talk about it all the time. Kansas does have a recent history of, if it's a good idea or it's an idea that can work, they can move pretty quick. They did it with sports betting. They did it with the Chiefs. They've done it. They've been agile. They've been nimble. So having the conversation now is probably the strong play from these administrators.
And I think it's just, it's not a, super aggressive move in these early stages. That's kind of just basically, like I said, just having a conversation. That's kind of what they're referred to it as, is they're just having a conversation. And so
I look at it as, I think the biggest winner in all this to me would be Wichita State.
That's the hard question. If something happens, it unlocks, 50 more questions. And one of those big questions for us here locally is the fact of like, is Wichita State going to get the same amount as KU and K-State?
No,
or are they going to get the same percentage of something?
No.
Like, how do you divvy that up is what I'm asking.
You could come up with a calculation to say KU and Kansas State, like collectively, what percentage of your revenues is used for football?
I mean, I think the counterpart to that is that, do KU and K-State get the same amount then?
Yeah, I think they would.
Based on the numbers,
in North Carolina, Dylan Domingue told me that the big schools didn't get any of it.
That's the really interesting part of this.
Now, I don't think you would see that in Kansas.
I don't think so either.
See that in Kansas.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But I think that that's a good question to ask, because KU, based on the numbers that they reported,
I mean, obviously KU and K-State would need and get more because they have football. But Wichita State getting anything as on top right there, that again, it's. This, and I have to believe it, because I just can't ever come up to any train of thought that sways from this. Wichita State, in terms of men's basketball, has the opportunity to have a tremendous advantage over its peers because it does not have football.
Correct.
And while as an athletics program, having football might be an advantage, if we are solely and strictly looking at only the men's basketball program, if all the resources aren't going to football, even if it's a smaller amount, anything that you can plug into, or baseball fits the mold too, which Kevin Saul has said, before, men's basketball and baseball are the biggest economic drivers for the programs. Softball has become one. We know that women's basketball can be in some places, but you just think about, even if it's a smaller amount of money, football requires so much. You're dealing with, what do we have rosters at in football now? 90, 80?
Yeah.
Like, you've got that many, you got 15 on a basketball team, right? Like, you can just take all of that and create such an advantage over your peers in the league that you play in. It's a tremendous opportunity. It would be helpful for KU and K-State also. But they're in a different stratosphere with football and donors and attendance and the economic driver of a football game and all of those things. Charles Koch Arena puts 10,000 in. K-State sells out a 50,000 seat stadium every single time it play. You can't get tickets. Like they're so they're going to get more, but they should get more. Wichita State doesn't need as much. They don't need as much to make a tremendous impact.
I agree. I'm asking the fact of, how do you divide that up is the bigger question to me. Like what?
I think you just take whatever formula you use for one, you use for all. So if, I don't know how to use these numbers will be too big. K-State and KU get 10 million. Again, these numbers are too big. So just because they're round numbers, they each get 10. Wichita State gets probably 2 or maybe 3. And that's fair, I think. But all you have to do is look at the books. Like, okay, tell me what you're seeing football for those schools. Like, what are you generating through football? What are you all generating through men's basketball? If you could just figure out a formula to kind of calculate that out to where everybody gets close to the same share of men's basketball, that's a huge advantage for Wichita State against its peers.
Yeah.
Its peers are not the Big 12. And, its peers are Tulsa and Tulane. Yep. And
I mean, to make the argument on that, East Carolina is getting money. Like they're one of the schools. Like it's happening there.
And it's going to be a big advantage for them. You watch, like it is until everybody matches up. Like that's money they definitely didn't have. You go give a coach the resources to go get 2 or 3 good players. Watch what will happen. I mean, those teams will be good. That's what's happened.
It's very interesting on kind of what route they're going to take, because every route that you take is going to have some sort of complications in this. You know what I mean? Like if it's the sports betting thing, like is maybe something to be said there, but that money, isn't that allocated for something already? Like it wasn't the whole point of that for education, if I'm not mistaken.
But a portion of it has been allocated for this sports fund anyway. That's the best case to make. And the other thing that you can make if you're the schools is, look, it's because of our programs that sports betting generates the money.
Yep.
Anyway, can we just have our fair share that we're the ones driving it? The science department of Wichita State is not a reason that sports betting is popular in the state of Kansas.
That was something. I'll say that as well. That was something that they really wanted to drive home, is that this is the Committee of Commerce. This is not the Department of Education that they're dealing with.
That's right.
Like they wanted to be very clear that they're not taking money away that was going to the business school type of thing. Like it's separate entities.
I will tell you this personal opinion now of the ideas of this. That one to me makes the most sense.
That it's not intertwined
of fairness of taking that portion of the sports betting. I'll tell you what doesn't make sense is the income tax thing. No, that doesn't make sense. Why?
It's just
that kid's going to make more money than I might make in a decade. Why doesn't he have to pay taxes on it? Absolutely not.
The reason that they do it is basically to try to use it as a recruiting tool to help your state.
But I don't care. As a taxpayer, I don't care about their recruiting.
And that's what I'm saying there's going to be, as every political issue is, there's going to be a little bit of pushback. And I'm sure that even if it's sports betting, there's going to be pushback and say that like, that couldn't go to our elementary schools. That couldn't go to our roads. You know what I mean?
But we're having different conversations at that point. The sports betting is popular because of that program. There's no money.
And I know, and that's I'm just giving you the devil's advocate arguments here. Like
I know what people will say. I can see a comment section on any time we mention, hey, a coach got a raise. Well, why do teachers not make more money?
Exactly. Especially, I'm saying, especially as it's state money technically, like. That's going to raise those flags.
The coach raise is not very much.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is that the sports betting thing, technically being state money, is going to raise
you can at least say that these college athletics programs drive the overall amount of money being bet. If you like the income tax thing, there's absolutely no reason not to collect income tax on that. That makes no sense at all, because why don't the rest of us get a tax break? We all pay taxes.
That's what I'm saying. There's going to be arguments no matter what the whatever the situation is. Some arguments will be stronger than others, but there will be pushback on all of these. And I'm sure that there's going to be politicians that are going to push back on it. Like it may be bipartisan on something like the Chiefs, but as we still know, like there was pushback on the Chiefs on how it happened. Like that may be bipartisan. Everybody wants to help, but it may not be hard.
I think the earmarking the sports portion of the sports betting that's already been earmarked is the easiest, least contentious path that probably exists. Because at that point, that is money that was being used to drive the economy that is now being asked to be used to drive the economy through sports in a different way. That does make a lot of logical sense to me. And because it needs to probably be earmarked for something else soon, and again, it was probably written into the language there, that's a timing mechanism, right? You don't want it to start being earmarked for something else you then have to take away. That wouldn't be good. Continue to kick we'll find out if the Chiefs are an economic driver, but if you're making the case that your programs are economic drivers, then that does make some sense. Like, and they are economic drivers. Do they generate $2 billion or whatever they say? I probably don't think so, but they drive the economy for those towns, especially. They do. There's no question.
They do. And again, like we said, it's so early in all this stuff. Like there's no reason to cross hairs about anything yet. Because we have, we don't even know what Kansas wants to do. If anything, Kansas could just say no as well. Like, that's the other part of this, too. So it's so early that
if more other states keep doing this, they won't say no. They'll figure out a way to do it.
We're likely years away, is what I'll say. So it's just something to look out for. Is so the next time that you see Gene Taylor and Kevin Saul and Travis Goff in the State House, you know what it's going to be about, likely.
Go to kwch.com to find the latest. We'll have more discussion on this on 12 News Connected probably later this afternoon. You can find as well. It's a fascinating topic. When we come back, USA, let's talk some hockey on the other side.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
83-1001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems
Why are they hiding it?
and real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on the Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Sports Daily is on KFH.
Just reading a Myron Medcalf article on ESPN.com. He talked to Darren Peterson a little bit in recent weeks about all this. It's probably a pretty good one for KU fans to check out. Peterson a little, he's a little confused and frustrated by the backlash too. Just kind of backing up what we've heard from Bill Self, like doesn't choose any of this, doesn't like it, just trying to deal with it. Hopefully he can play tonight. Hopefully they can get him against Houston and everything looks good. That's going to be a big one. TJ will be there covering it for us on 12 News. We won't make him, drive back at 3 a.m. and be here at, 7 a.m. tomorrow. We'll have Paul Savage in. But it'll be a fun one. I'm excited about it. All right. Let's talk hockey, though, because it really was the story of yesterday, the weekend. It's been building up to it. Were we going to get a chance? I remember exactly where I was when we lost to Team Canada last time in Olympic gold, and it was devastating, and we lost that one in overtime. Was it Crosby that hit the winner in overtime?
What are you talking about? You remember the 1980 game?
No, that was against Soviets, bro. I'm talking about Canada. It was, I think, 2010. I remember the bar I was at. I remember we were up early. It was another one where you had to be kind of up early. It was like 10 a.m. and that place was packed and rowdy, and it was awesome and fun, and it was a devastating ending. Probably like much of Canada feels yesterday. Man, that was fun. That was so good yesterday. So intense. I there were through the second and third periods. I didn't think we had a chance to win that because we were on our heels the whole way. And then they do in overtime. My dad called. My dad has not watched any hockey, maybe ever. And he's like, man, if they could just go 3-on-3 all the time, I think I'd never stop watching hockey. I'm like, it is pretty exciting. I do kind of like that.
Max, you need to chime in here because a lot of people hate the 3-on-3 evidently.
Max will hate it. Max, do
you hate it?
Yes, the 3-on-3 is horrible. It's horrible.
Okay.
Is that the ghost runner on second of hockey?
But yes. Invisible man on set.
It changes it. I get it. I mean, it changes you spend an entire lifetime playing hockey a certain way, and then you change it in the most important moment. I get why I don't like it, but for the casual fan, it is exciting. It's very exciting to go 3-on-3 like that. And it's not like, Canada had 5-on-3 at one point, couldn't take advantage. So, they had their chances. They can't whine about it. You can't get the U.S. down into that kind of a situation and not take advantage of it. Hellebuck, our goalie, just incredible. I love hockey so much. We saw this in the Four Nations tournament. Hockey is incredible. It is as intense as it gets. I wish greatly that I watched more hockey. I do, because I think hockey is awesome. I think live it's as good as there is. When they went on strike in 94, Max? Before that strike, I was a little kid. I was probably 9-10 years old. I remember on my Sega Saturn, we had a hockey game. I could have told you every player on every team. That was like peak Sports Center where they went through highlights of every game. Like I was all in on hockey. And then they went on strike. And then I never came back. I never came back after that to knowing all the players and doing it. And I regret that. Like, I love hockey. And it was so good yesterday morning. It's as good as it gets. And it's a perfect example of, and then you've got all the American pride and those guys are so proud of it. And like that stuff's fun too, at a time where everybody wants to be mad at each other all the time. Like for me, like we live in the greatest country in the world, and these guys just helped to celebrate that and remember it. That was an awesome, awesome Olympic moment. It's as good an Olympic moment as I can remember. When was the last time we had one that good? The women won it, which was great, but they were expected to crush everybody along the way. I don't even think our men weren't even the favorite in this thing. I don't think.
I'm not sure. Max, I saw something else that somebody made the point of, like, the casual hockey fan that just watched that is about to say, hockey's great. I'm going to go watch the NHL, and then turn on the Maple Leafs or something, and they're going to like, this is not what I saw on TV. Is that true, Max?
No, Maple Leafs are good. They have Austin Matthews and a couple guys. You guys are so young. You didn't, you missed the college scrubs that beat a professional hockey team that had beaten a lot of teams in the NHL.
No, I mean, I don't have a long history. I don't watch. I love that stuff. I mean, I think it'd be fun. It's just I don't have time for it now. And that's the big thing now. It's kind of like the World Cup. I'm going to be fired up for Team USA in the World Cup. Fired up. And that'll be the only soccer that I watch probably for the next 4 years, other than my kids playing soccer. So it does help the hype. I'll watch like the Stanley Cup finals still. I watch more hockey than I watch soccer. But
once you see a pro game live,
USA on there, and like I'm in, man. That stuff's awesome to me.
Go see a pro game live.
Oh, I have it. I just said it's probably the best live.
There's nothing else like it.
I think my only hockey game I've ever gone to, I think I've gone to 2. They were both Arizona Coyotes games. Rest in peace. Now what are they even now? Are they the Yeti or the Mammoth? What did they choose?
Yeah, they're in
Arizona changed their hockey team.
Arizona doesn't have a hockey team anymore.
They're in Utah.
They're not the ones that moved to Utah, are they? I thought I thought that was straight expansion.
No,
I know they've had arena issues over the
They
years.
left their arena. Then they were playing like at Arizona State's hockey gym. It's kind of like the Wichita Ice Center to something of that nature. Played there for a while, and then they just moved into Salt Lake City. Are they the Yeti or the Mammoth? Does anybody have the answer?
Salt Lake?
I think they're the Mammoth.
I think they're the Mammoth because I guess their logo's got the tusks.
Can we take just a second?
I don't know anything about hockey.
Apologies if I brought this up. I don't like mascots that are not ending in S.
Yeah, I know.
It bugs me. Because it doesn't roll off the tongue. Like, is there
it does until you start using it in grammatically correct sentences.
Yeah, it's just
because
weird.
If you're saying wind surge, the wind surge, like what's an example? The wind surge have great players, but it's not the wind surge has great players. It's the wind surge have because the plural.
Use them as a
even
plural,
though
but there's no S on there.
Yeah, that's journalism school right there.
I don't like
that. It gets
that.
confusing.
I've never liked it. You got to go back to like Orlando Magic, I think, were the first ones, and I'm like,
Utah Jazz.
Is that a feeling? Like, are
the NBA has like 10. The Jazz, the
now.
Magic, the Thunder, the Heat.
They do now. Yeah, the Heat were back there. Yeah, like I don't like that. Give me an S on my team, please.
It gets confusing too, and we've had this conversation. It gets confusing, even with the teams with an S, of what you refer to them as. Like you say Jayhawk basketball, but you don't say
Chief football.
Chief football. You say Chiefs football and Jayhawk football and Wildcat football, but you don't say Clipper basketball. You say Clippers basketball.
I mean, think about all the Kraken. Why can't you just be the Krakens? You know, like it's a plural, like a monster. Like, why is it just one? Why isn't the Krakens?
We're getting deep in the weeds here. Speaking of expansion, there's a lot of talk of the NBA expanding whenever it happens, and they're talking about going back to Seattle, which is like probably the minus 1,000 favorite to bring back the Sonics. I wonder if that happens, do they get their history back? You remember like all the argument about like the Texans,
the Titans and the Oilers?
Yes. Yeah. Like the Texans own the Oilers history? They don't. They technically don't. That's why the Titans get to wear their jerseys.
They don't own a lot of the history, but I think they would own like players' stat history, probably.
I don't know. Do they? I don't know. Like that's what I'm saying. Like
the Oilers, the Texans don't get to, they're not gonna the Texans aren't gonna claim Warren Moon played for the franchise.
Do the Titans?
Do the Chiefs? I mean, do the Chiefs keep the Dallas Texans history?
Well, the Cowboys were a thing back then, though, weren't they?
Yeah, I believe they were.
Okay,
so that's what I'm saying. Like,
on that note,
I think they were in existence by then.
How do you guys feel about the 5 stolen championships the Lakers took from Minnesota?
I mean, that's something to be said. That
they stole their name. There's not lakes in Los Angeles.
But does the Thunder have a Seattle banner hanging up?
They don't. I was just there on Saturday and I looked for that.
In Atlanta,
Who
doesn't
does
have
Gary
a St.
Payton
Louis
belong to?
championship banner.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if they go back there, do the Sonics get to retire Gary Payton's jersey?
I don't know.
That's what I meant, and I feel like they have to.
I don't
like the Thunder shouldn't be able to.
I would think that they do.
I will push back on Max here. I think that the Minneapolis Lakers to the Los Angeles Lakers, you can keep your history because you're still the Lakers. But I think whenever you make the jump from the whatever they were, the Charlotte or the New Orleans Hornets to the New Orleans, what even happened with the Hornets Pelicans? I don't even know what happened there. But like they just completely left their franchise. They left the New Orleans dropped the Hornets, and the Charlotte went back to the Hornets. And it was like, who owns Muggsy Bogues now? Who's he play for?
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Sean Kemp and Gary Payton, like the great days, with Detlef Schrempf. Although I know Schrempf played for a lot of other people, but like Payton and Kemp, yeah, they're not hanging their jerseys in Oklahoma City.
I know. I swore that there used to be Seattle banners in that arena. There's none. There's none.
You wouldn't need to. Look, if they go back to Seattle, it becomes a simple conversation.
I also wonder.
Just keep the Sonics history. We have our own history now.
Did Seattle ever win a championship? They never did.
I don't believe so.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, did they?
They did win the championship. Dennis Johnson was the MVP, 79.
Okay.
Downtown Freddie Brown.
God, Max, you're so freaking old. I swore they used to have that
one time.
Yeah.
That is.
I think they used to have that
incredible callback, Max.
That is actually pretty wild. I swore that was in the Paycom Center, and now that I'm thinking about it, I also wonder if they took it down because the Thunder won a championship and they claimed it as their first championship because it was the first championship.
That's
in
what they
Oklahoma
should
City.
do, and they should give it now. They should give it all back to the Sonics because
I agree, but if the Sonics don't exist yet, what happened? Like, this is such a rabbit hole, and I love this kind of stuff. Like, is the history just gone? Like, who owns it?
I don't know.
Is it
Max?
Is it just sitting in an empty arena?
Who did the Sonics beat in '79?
Washington.
Oh, that's good. The Washington who?
Bullets.
Yes. How many games did it play?
I can't remember, but they were the Capital Bullets, the Washington Bullets. They've had so many names.
Who was the best player? Who was the best player on the Bullets in the '70s?
Wentz Unseld.
Was Unseld playing in the '70s, or is that too late?
They've had some dudes.
Yeah, I can't think about. Oh yeah, I can't remember.
They had some guys.
God, I wish I liked the NBA again. It's so good. The history of the NBA is just so fun to dig into
it's wild.
I'm not buying those 5 Laker championships from Minnesota, counting in Los Angeles.
Kansas City needs an NBA team so freaking bad. Do you know how I thought about that while I was walking around the arena in Oklahoma City on Saturday night? You know how good a Kansas City Oklahoma City rivalry would be?
It could be good, but
they'd hate each other.
Kansas City in the West, or do they put them in the East?
Kansas City had an NBA team at one time, didn't they?
That I don't know. That I
They
don't
had a
know.
hockey team. For a
Yeah,
while.
Kansas City Kings. That's what the Big O played there.
Scott Whitman.
Or not the Big O. Who am I thinking of? Somebody, some historic point guard played there.
Sacramento kept it. All right.
I know.
History
'Cause it was
lessons.
the Kings, Royals, and Chiefs.
History
Monarchs.
lessons with Max. Appreciate that. All right, we're coming right back. Don't go away. We got more Sports Daily.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather.